I'm going to tell you what I think is great about participating in an honors college. The way I like to look at it is being in the honors college combines the experience of a small liberal arts college with the experience of being in a fairly big state university. And the word that I like to use, and maybe I overuse it, is community. What we have here is truly an honors community.
What the Honors College means to me and has meant to me is going the extra mile.
Having a place where I can feel comfortable building relationships with, I call them a family.
Having unique experiences.
Accountability. Being a part of a community.
What's the main thing you do as a member of the Honors College? The heart of the Honors College consists of honors classes, of course. It's an academic program. We have honors sections of most of the core courses. Especially the first 2 years, you take honor sections of core courses. And let's talk for a little bit about what's different about those courses. The first thing that we can say is they're small. They're limited to around 25 students. What difference does that make? That means there's more likely to be discussion. There's more likely to be one-on-one interaction with the instructor. You're likely to know a lot of the students in the class. There's going to be more interaction among the students.
I love the size of the classes, and the professors are so good at making sure the students know what's going on.
Another good thing about honors classes is they are taught by our distinguished faculty members. We work with the various departments to get their best teachers to teach honors classes. And probably the best thing about honors classes is the students. When you have a critical mass of really good students in a classroom together, they push each other. They raise the level of the conversation. They're prepared to discuss the reading assignment. They push the teacher to a higher level. So the best thing about an honors class is the students. The model for an honors class is to make the class more intellectually challenging, not to pile on extra work. Now, maybe it takes a little more time to operate at that level, but let me give you an example. Dr. Young, who teaches honors sophomore literature, assigns exactly the same readings in an honors class that she would in a regular class. The difference is she's going to approach the interpretation of that literature on a little higher level. She's going to expect you to think a little bit more, but that's good, that's engaging, that makes it interesting.
The honors class will go a little deeper into everything. Some of that is pushed by me just because the honors students, they desire and can handle kind of a deeper theoretical discussion. Students themselves initiate that. If we read a chapter and then we discuss it, sometimes in an honors class, you'll just get more of a concentration of great questions that lead to a great discussion.
A lot of honors students will tell you honors classes in a certain way are easier because they're more engaging, they're going to get more help, and so forth.
And I'm being pushed harder in the honors classes, and I'm having to think about things that I haven't before in ways that I didn't know I could. I think I'm definitely on the right track to be prepared for law school.
And by the way, honors classes are designated on your transcript. If you complete 15 hours of honors core courses with the requisite grade point average, your transcript will say completed the honors core. If you complete upper level honors, it will say completed upper level honors. That looks really good if you're applying to medical school or law school or vet school or for a really good job. The honors classes that I've been talking about, that's the heart of what we do. in the Honors College. But I want to tell you about some other things. We have a number of cultural events, I guess you could call them educational enrichment. One of the things we do is we go to Fort Worth, we go to Bass Hall, to a music event. We buy your tickets. We do tours of the Amon Carter and Kimball Art Museums in Fort Worth. We hire Dr. Punchaw to do those tours. He's wonderful. I had been in both of those museums many times before I went with him, and he got me to see things that I had never seen before. We also do a number of events on campus, in the honors classrooms or the honors meeting room. With the partition closed, it's 2 small classrooms, but when it's open we can seat 100 people auditorium style. And we have panel discussions, we have debates. One of the things we do every fall is we have an Honors College Alumni Day. We invite all of our graduates to come back. We usually have 4 or 5 panelists who will talk about what they're doing now, how they got there. It's kind of interesting. They usually have something to say about how their honors education helped them get there. And this is a great networking opportunity for you. You might meet someone who will hire you for a summer internship. You might meet someone that you can shadow if you're trying to figure out exactly which profession you want to go into. You might meet someone who will hire you for your first job when you graduate. Great networking opportunity. We've been doing honors since 1985. So we have a lot of very successful graduates out there. And in fact, this coming fall is the 35th anniversary of honors at Tarleton. So that celebration will be even bigger than normal. Another special experience we offer to honor students, we have been doing a study abroad program in Urbino, Italy since summer of 2014. We've done it 6 times. Sadly, we were not able to go for summer of 2020 for obvious reasons, but we're very hopeful that things will have straightened out and we can have a program in June of 2021. We have a month-long program in Urbino, which is one of the great centers of the Italian Renaissance. And we study the Italian Renaissance in Urbino. So just for example, when we study Renaissance Italian architecture, we're sitting in a building that was built in the 15th century. We walk down the street and see the Ducal Palace that was built by Federico da Montefeltro in the 15th century. By the way, he made his money as a mercenary, but he spent it on beautiful buildings and art and philosophy and literature. We study the literature, philosophy, art, architecture, and history of the Italian Renaissance. You get up to 6 hours of honors credit, and it is a remarkable deal because we typically raise $20,000 to $30,000 every year from donors who want to help students afford this program. If you're interested in that, when you get here in the fall, by all means, talk to me about it.
So if you had to ask me the one thing I like most about Urbino, I would be tempted to tell you the gelato, the really nice restaurants, or even the pizza, and yet that would still all be wrong. I think my favorite thing about being in Urbino is the fact that it feels like home. After traveling all weekend or going on tours and seeing places, you come back and you're like, okay, this is home. This is where I can relax. I can walk through the streets and meet people if I want to, or I could go to the favorite pizza shop where the person knows me by name. Here in Urbino, everybody is friendly to the point that all of our shop owners know us and we know them because we're pretty regular in the pizza places and the gelato places. And in doing that and becoming a regular, we're learning how to speak Italian because they correct us and they laugh. And it's a good thing to have people laugh at you and correct you because that means they're not afraid to be themselves with you and you're not afraid to be yourself with them. And so I would definitely say Urbino has the culture of Stephenville, minus it's not Stephenville and it's Italy and it's beautiful, but it's definitely still somewhere you can call home for a month.
When you graduate in the Honors College, you'll join a group of very distinguished graduates who are very successful in many different fields. And instead of throwing a bunch of statistics at you or giving you a long list, let me tell you a story about two of our graduates. Nathan Leslie grew up in De Leon, a little bitty town not too far from Stephenville. Amber Dawson grew up in Fort Worth. The two of them came to Tarleton in the fall of 1997 and participated in the Presidential Honors Program, where they met each other for the first time. They graduated in the fall of 2000. Nathan attended Texas Tech Medical School. Amber attended UT Southwestern Medical School. They were married in 2005, and now Dr. Nathan Leslie is an orthopedic hand surgeon, and Dr. Amber Leslie practices internal medicine in Fort Worth. That's a good story, very good story, and we hear from them very often. And in fact, a number of our honor students who had trouble deciding between nursing and medical school went to Fort Worth and shadowed Nathan and Amber, and in several cases it really helped them make a decision. That's a good example of people who have graduated in our Honors College. One of the advantages of being a freshman in the Honors College is that all of the freshmen in the Honors College live in the Honors Hall. There are about 440 honor students in the Honors Hall, a little over 300 freshmen each year. And then there are quite a few students who come back the second or third year or even the fourth year. It's only a few years old, so it's essentially a brand new building. It's really beautiful, beautiful courtyard, beautiful lobby. Many of the honors classes are held in the Honors Hall. When we have our partition closed in the meeting room, we have two small classrooms. Every weekday morning, honors classes meet in those two rooms. So you're very likely to have a class or two in the building you live in. That's nice. Also, the offices of the Honors College are located in the Honors Hall. That's me. I'm sitting in my office right now. Betty Cryer, Ilea Kirkham, and Bailey Bunker. Especially that first semester in college, you may need some help. You walk down the hall, we're here. That's a great advantage to have our offices in the building where many of the honor students live. And finally, the advising for honor students is done in the Honors Hall. Ilea Kirkham is the professional advisor assigned to the Honors College. She's a graduate of the Honors College herself. She advises all of the honor students, and she's very good at it. If you're in the top quarter of your high school class and TSI complete, you're eligible to apply to the Honors College. If your high school doesn't rank or you're homeschooled, we will still consider you on an individual basis. If you look down below this video, there's a link that will take you to our webpage where you can apply online. So I hope I'll get to welcome you to the Honors College. I look forward to seeing you in the fall.